Good morning. I'm here today just to use my voice, exercise my First Amendment right, and stand up for what's right in this country. Stand up for our Constitution.
I run an activist group called Stop the Poop, and I advocate very strongly. I'm also a United States International Boundary and Water Commission Citizens Forum Board member. I advocate against the toxic chemical, raw sewage, and trash onslaught from the country of Mexico into the United States via the Tijuana River right here. And it's just one component of a war we're fighting along this border to take our border back. It has been overran. We are under invasion, and we're just making a stand here today with patriots and like-minded folks, true red-blooded Americans, all nationalities, all colors, all creeds, to stand here in the southwestern corner of the continental United States and take our border back.
And are you going to be headed to Arizona?
We're going to Arizona and then to Texas.
Oh, and then on to Texas.
Yes.
And then what's going to happen in Texas?
We're going to block the border, I hope.
Okay.
And this is what I called it. They called me crazy at first. Now everybody's on board with this. I called it an environmental and biological terrorist attack on the people of the United States from the country of Mexico. There is every toxin known to man in that water that comes through.
Wow.
And if I check my river gauge right now, I'll tell you, it's probably right now the flow is over 50 million gallons a day. Right now, that's the flow rate. And it's been higher due to the rains. But they have trash, raw sewage, toxic chemical contamination, tires, everything they can throw at us, toxic medical waste. Their pharmaceuticals, their pesticides, everything is in that water. The Mexican government knows what's in that water. They don't care about their own people, so they definitely don't care about the United States of America. And when they know what's in that poison water and let it come into the United States, that's an act of terrorism and it's an act of war.
I'm in the assembly for New California State, founded by Paul Preston, and he's the president, CEO, founder. He's on the radio, AENN, Red State Radio. You can go to our website, newcalifornia.com, and find out more information. New California is a state in creation according to the Constitution. Article 4, Section 3 of the Constitution is the only way you can create a state. We're not part of Jefferson. We're not secessionist. We're actually going to...
Let me interrupt you there just because I have a question. Are you referring to state of Jefferson, so like Northern California, that group up there?
Yeah, we have nothing to do with that.
Good point to clarify.
We're not secessionist.
Okay.
We are creating a state under Republican form of government. We're 501c4. We formed January 15th of 2018. And we should become a state this year. We have delegates in Washington right now dealing with the House of Representatives, and then after that it goes to Congress. It's dealing with Congress, then it'll go to the President. We're timely right now because California is $63 billion in debt. It can't even pay the teachers. People are going to start getting warrants pretty soon. They can't do any infrastructure. New California, they haven't had an audited budget in 4 years either. So New California State is going to build 6 new dams that have already been approved. We're going to generate the economy that's going to be probably the busiest economy in the United States. People are going to move to okay.
So where exactly are you looking to take part of the existing state of California and break it into a new state, or how does that work?
The yellow part.
Oh, I see. Can
the yellow
zoom
part.
In on that?
Sacramento, San Francisco, and LA is old California. That's 20 million people. That's a lot of people in there. The rest is only 19 million. The rural parts. We represent the rural parts: farmers, ranchers, people that want water and low-cost electricity. So we're going to build we're going to have an infrastructure that's going to rival any other state.
Make our future safe. Take back our borders.
You have the nerve to complain about people crossing borders. Then you're talking about the nerve to complain about people crossing borders. You have the nerve to complain about the little girl who has drowned in the Rio Bravo. Yeah, learn some history. Because you people are, that's why you want to stop CRT, because you don't want to know no history about the U.S. They're founded on slavery and genocide. That's what the U.S. was founded on, and nobody should respect a country that was founded on slavery and genocide. Nobody should respect a country that invades so many other countries like the U.S. does.
The real fascists, the real communists, we know exactly who you are, RevCom. The border is 4 miles away. Cross it and stay there. The border is 4 miles away. Cross it and stay there. We don't need you people here, you communists. We know exactly who you are.
This is our land. Throughout every age, every piece of dirt people have died for. They have died to keep that dirt. The American people have died. Our forefathers, our grandfathers died in wars to keep this ground sacred. It is our turn now. We have to hold this ground because it is ours.
So as you say, my name is Joe Kent. I am running for Congress in Washington's 3rd Congressional District. I came here to stand with all of you because every town in the country, including where I'm from in Washington State, is a border town. The fentanyl that enters our country right behind us at this border crossing point, it makes its way up the I-5 corridor, and it is killing my friends, it's killing our neighbors. And my Democrat opponent says with a straight face that no one loses any sleep at night over the open southern border. I beg to differ because I speak with people just like the folks we heard from here who lost their children, who lost their loved ones from this fentanyl that is poisoning our communities. And it is an absolute atrocity. Uh-oh, get the flag. There we go, we're good now. I'll just hang on to this. How about that? That's why we're all out here. So I get asked all the time, hey, is it just incompetence? Why would the Democrats do this? Don't they know the border is wide open? This is nothing short of an unconventional warfare operation that is being waged against the people. I spent 20 years in the Army as a Green Beret, fought overseas. This is unconventional warfare. The Democrats have one goal, and our enemy has a goal as well. The Democrats want to pump as many human beings into this country as they possibly can. They don't care who they are or where they're from. They want to bring them into the country, put them into major urban areas so they can use them during the census to count heads, and therefore they'll be able to get more legislative seats at the state level, the county levels, and then all the way up into the U.S. House of Representatives.
I've watched what happens after a military person goes into transition into civilian life. And right now I wear a little rubber thing on my right wrist every single day, every single show I do. And it says 22 a day. Does anybody know what that number is? What is it? We're losing, it says 22. Guess what? The number's actually closer to 40 right now. Veterans that are taking their own lives because they feel neglected and ignored.
Last but not least, no puberty blockers or sex change operations for the children. No more, no more. Otherwise, little Johnny could be Jane on your tax dollars. Big shout out to our truckers. Yes, they are delivering the most beautiful package, protecting our freedom today.
Because they have border walls, they have security measures, and guess what? They had a breach in security. And I come home and I realize we have open borders. We are sitting ducks here. And what they did to Israel, they are planning it right here. So it is up to us, we the people. You know, our Constitution is the supreme law of the land. The Biden administration has broken that pact. They have undermined the Constitution and the American people. So it's time for us to take our border back, to take our nation back.
Going down. Are you happy that your money goes to facilitate human trafficking, drug trafficking, and all of the likes? Right? And is it okay for them to consider us a criminal if we're trying to stop criminal activity from happening? Right? So I went down and I was doing a homeless count. It's a point in time count where you can count the homeless in the county. And I did it last year, and this year I went and there was more people, which was interesting. And then going by a church, the Church of the Nazarene, Luke, who's sitting up there, and I went. And if we didn't go about 2 feet further than we went, we wouldn't have seen the jackpot of illegals getting transported. And they were using a school, an elementary school, the Central Elementary School. It's an SD-USD school district school. And when I go on the property, they're following these men that are military age, who could potentially get into the military because, right, if we don't have our own that want to join it, why can't they? Right, because they're going to protect our country. It's not like the U.S. hasn't had their hands in everything, right? Causing people distress. And so when these people come across, I don't think that they want to protect America like we do. But how is it that we can see them going across into this gate, ask what's happening, because it's our money that is being spent doing it, and they want to call the police because it's illegal, right? How can I go to a board meeting at the city of the county of San Diego and redress my own government, which is a First Amendment right, and be arrested and also assaulted by an officer, right? Because it's illegal to do that. But then we can allow these people to come across. Over 80,000 have come into San Diego. It's way more than that.
Homeland Security told those sheriffs, we got the money. You want to get paid, and you don't deputize your sheriffs. That's the wickedness that goes on behind the scenes. Okay, we cannot let the federal government be buying us out with their money. Okay, we need to put everybody in their rightful place. Remember, it's God and it's country. And we got to protect our babies for sure. Guys, thank you so much. Let's give them a hand. Thank you for being a stand for truth. We're going to release you guys back. Woo, 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 woo. Moving. Where is the clown? Moving.
I got my gators ready, and I'm ready to help him drain that swamp.
Once upon a time, we had a transgender move into a property that I managed. Eventually, it turned into a safe house for their community. Being gay myself, I got to know them well. Most of the transgenders refused cross-sex hormones, and all of them kept their nuts and bolts. My point to all kids out there who think that they are transgender, your body is perfect. Just the way it is. It's perfect. Growing up is tough, but again, your body is perfect. Now, I don't know about you, but I've been called transphobic because I know that kids 12 years old cannot consent to becoming sterilized, let alone a lifelong big pharma patient. What can you do? Monitor your kids on their internet intake. Ask them, is your teacher wondering what your pronouns are?